Hi Divine Rebels, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings here, and today we are going to do a video with messages from the spirit world. I was not expecting to do this video when I sat down to do it. I've had ancestor readings on hold for a bit, and spirit guide readings, and all of those readings, you guys know I had a lot of them lined up, and so I was like, okay, cool, and had other ones coming out, and then it was like the moon clicked into Sagittarius, 0 degrees on the spot, and they were like, you're gonna channel in messages from the other side. Okay, so this is ancestors, angels, guides, deities, any of your spiritual helpers. You know, you might even get messages coming from the spirit of Mother Earth, or a sacred site, or you know, whatever you're connecting with at the moment. So that is what is going on. If you want a straight ancestor read, go ahead and check out Matthew's Tarot. Yes, this last video was ancestor messages from, you know, all the different subjects: love, spirituality, career, I believe. So go ahead and check that out. All right, so Sagittarian moon, time for exploration of our philosophies, good humor, you know, to get very buoyant and buoyant and joyful, and bounce back, allow ourselves to bounce back. This Scorpio moon hit hard, y'all. People were revealing themselves. Okay, shady people could not help themselves. They were like, it's Scorpio moon, I'm shady. Did y'all have some grand reveals too? Yes, let me know. But now we're on into Sagittarius moon, and we are encouraged to be like Buzz Lightyear, okay? Go where we never went before, to infinity and beyond. And so, yeah, it's a happy-go-lucky energy. You might get the urge to travel. You might get a little stir crazy in the office. Many different things could be going on at this time. Yeah, I did try to fix the lighting for y'all, so let me know how you like it. You know, we've been having a lot of transitions where I'm doing the readings in workspace, so let me know. Thank y'all for that, really rock, and are really here for the good medicine, who've shown a lot of love on the last couple videos. I really appreciate it. Welcome to all the new subscribers. All right, you're the Divine Rebel Youngbloods. Welcome to the crew, and to everyone who is stopping through. If you like the vibe, you gotta subscribe. No, subscribe if you like the vibe, and if you are also reciprocating good vibes back. Okay, so I already pulled the crystals on the deck for this one. We have a bag of charms. I'm sure you can see to the side here that we will throw on as well, and see what's you know, how they want to charm us. How does the spirit world want to charm us? We have more videos coming out of all different topics, and I'm trying to do a video a day at least, and to get on lives daily. So be supportive, please. Okay, what else could we be? So instead of having a few very specific videos, you might get a variety. Some of them might be a bit more behind the scenes. It's because these are additional bonus videos. We're getting a ton of videos out. Okay, yes, so please keep that in mind. Now for the options, we have 6 options. Hopefully you can get the energy you need from your spirit crew. I did already put the crystals on, so they don't have just the plain backs, but I trust that you can get the vibe that you need. Take as much time as you need to sit and pause the video. I'm going to give a little bit of silence for a few seconds here, because sometimes I want like the live feed of the video, but I don't want to hear all the talking or see their hands in front of the cards. So I'm going to give you just a few beats, okay? A few beats of quiet so that you can go ahead and choose your cards, and then I'll go ahead and describe the crystals on top. All right. Hopefully that was good. If not, we can pause it. Yeah, so for number 1, we have this rough chunk of peach moonstone. Yes, delicious slice. Number 2, we have this iridescent tangerine aura quartz, orange. Number 3, we have this bronzite, marbly tans and golds and browns and blacks. little tumble. Number 4, we have this standing, polished, but still having a lot of flat edges and sharp sides. Lithium quartz. Okay, it jumped at somebody. It's a mauvey color. Okay. Number 5, we have a rough aquamarine. It barely has a hint of this limey aqua color. All right. Yes, and number 6, we have a black Tektite stone, and it's my moon phases one. It just naturally has 3 little circles on it, like the moon phase. So those are the options. The decks will be listed down below, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay. Let me move these aside. And you can fast forward, of course, with the timestamp if you don't like to see all the in-between. Some people have been really enjoying watching the in-between, and sometimes magical things happen. Okay, I have another reading that's ready to go out. Actually, 2 of them over here that we'll try to get out on the Sag moon. So, put these to the side over here on the other side. Okay. And then we'll put these over here. This one. Perfect. Virgo season. I have Virgo season right now. I was gonna say Virgo season has me on precision. It's Virgo season. Happy birthday, Virgos. Okay, so for those of us that chose number 1 with the peach moonstone, let's see what the spirit realm has to say. What are your messages? We have the Tower, the Tower here from the Dust to Onyx deck, a wonderful deck. We have the Chief, which is the Emperor. Okay, Chief, come to find you. You don't come for me. We have the Gazelle. It was reversed, so we'll take note of that. Get the oracles out first. Amethyst, psychic abilities, behavior patterns. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the Wizard, also came out reversed. We'll take note of that. Use your skills to aid others. I can see already some of you are having doubts about your psychic abilities, about your downloads and your breakthroughs. There is medicine in my shadow, and there's the reason why. Because there is fear that because you have, a shadow side, as we all do, that you're too imperfect to go ahead and tap into your gifts for other people. We have full moon reversed. Again, there's that dark side of the moon. So the dark side of the moon on the full moon energy here. Hunter of mysteries. You guys might have had a really intense Scorpio moon, those who are watching it in current time. Okay, we'll clear this little path. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. And we have the 8 of, oh no, this is the strength. The 8th of strength. Okay, how many strengths you got? I got 8th of strength. Okay. So what is going on here in this reading? And I'll move my hand in a moment. What is going on in this reading here? And in your life, in the messages here. So there definitely are intense boom, lightning crack sound. Do the crackle sizzle whip sound of the lightning, right? There are definitely times where spirit is coming through with intense downloads for you. They're ready to get everything shooketh and kind of stir up what's going on. But look at this hand here. Ooh, with the rings on. Is that rings on? This hand here is, there's 2 hands, are trying to keep you steady. They're trying to hold you still. So although they're cracking you hard, they're really being hard on you sometimes, they're opening you up to give you more downloads. Look at all those jewels. Can you see all those jewels up here on the, I don't know how the lighting is, y'all. There's on the crown chakra there. There's so many jewels coming through, just boom, 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 boom. You might be like how I feel when I'm doing all these tarot readings. I'm like, all of a sudden I get 4 different ideas. I have all these cards. That's why the potluck video happened, the one before. Check that out to understand what I mean. And it's just so much going on. You guys might even get headaches, migraines, feel overwhelmed. There's a strong Aries energy, okay? Some of you are Aries, and some of you, this is connecting with an ancestor or even a a spirit guide who has Aries energy. So when it's time to go, boom, it's go time. It's go time. I'm also seeing Scorpio. So you could have Scorpio ancestor, or your spirit guide would resonate with that kind of scorpionic energy, okay? And for the other parts of you that are more Taurus Libra, some of you have that polarity in your chart. This is intense. This is so intense. You're like, oh my gosh, like I was sleeping, you're cracking me open with this intense dream, or like you shake me up out of a dream. You know when that happens, where you feel this like something come from the other realm and it just snatches you out of your sleep and you're like, whoa, whoa, and you pop awake. But they are trying to lead you on the path that is right for you. And I can see some of you are really struggling with that, and you're really worried. Like sometimes it's like, okay, is this me? Is this spirit? Is this okay? Like, is this too much? With the Knight of Pentacles reversed here, I can see that some of you are afraid of becoming even a bit ostracized, or seeming like you're weird, or kind of losing it all due to these spiritual gifts, or you're afraid of going, you know, to the other side, right? You're afraid of going, it's like a Virgo and Pisces are polar opposites. Virgo is the more reliable, realistic one, I guess. The 12th house, Pisces energy, is where we can lose it, right? It can be the house of our undoing, our subconscious. We can get lost in all of that spiritual juice, right? And so some of you are afraid of drifting into the spirit world too much, getting too woo-woo, or just becoming somebody that is sitting here on the streets in the other realms, but who everyone else is just like, has no connection to, no relatability to. And it's almost like you feel like you guys could even feel like you're triggered by the full moon, or you know when there's like the they show like the werewolves or the animal changes that happen during the full moon. That's how it can feel. So some of you, you're really opening up to new levels of sensitivity, and you're like, man, like why am I so affected by everything? This is it's too much. It's too much. There's a strong Leo energy here too. We said Virgo, Libra, Taurus, Aries, and Scorpio are very strong, and some Aquarius. And so we have the Chief here, and so some of you are, you know, wanting to hide from your spirit crew, but they're hiding out on you, okay? They're trying to back you up, and they're saying, no, we're empowering you. This is going to be good, all right? You have to have that grit. You have to know how to serve it and carry this energy that we're bringing you to. Some of you have Aries North Node, okay? Or you have like Aries rising, and they're trying to push you into fierceness. You could have Leo rising, okay? You could have Sagittarius rising, or Aquarius rising, or the North Nodes of those signs, and they are trying to push you into having this intensity, this fierceness, this knowingness. It's part of your path, okay? And you're like, it doesn't make the transformation easier, because here it is literally, again, on the crown chakra. You have so much energy in your crown chakra. There's medicine in my shadow. See that owl? Your ancestors as well. So I'm getting ancestors and guides very, very strongly. The ancestors sitting here, and if you have any deities that are represented by the owl, they're coming into, but they're protecting as much as they're downloading, and that's good. For some of you, the number 37 is significant, or 8 or 6. We also have 4 and 16, okay, which again could be a 7. So they're saying right here, we know you precious. We know that you're precious. We know that you're gentle. We know that you're so sensitive. We're trying to allow you to keep that grace, but also not be hunted any longer, okay? We're trying to balance your polarity of the hunter and the hunted. We are trying to have you add attention so you can have some discernment. Some of you haven't had very good discernment about who's around you. Maybe after the point you do, right? But maybe you guys have been very fooled by fickle people, or people who are really, again, very predatory on you and feeling very vulnerable. Some of you didn't really get so much protection when you were little, or you might have just had parents that were very rough and tumble and, you know, kind of militant, but they didn't necessarily teach you how to protect you. So you're out here feeling vulnerable. You're out here not knowing what to do. Now, some of you, this was psychically. Maybe they were, you have some other kind of smarts, but when it comes to having psychic awareness, knowing how to work within magical circles and people, knowing the spiritual kind of battles that can go on, this is bringing up behavior patterns. Okay, some of you are having to address the fact that you have been the ones that have been, bullying or invasive or just a little bit harsh and aggressive in things, because we have the Hunter of Mysteries. So there can definitely sometimes become an obsession with gaining spiritual rank and knowledge and wisdom. There is the Archer there. I didn't even see that, Sagittarius. And starting to hold that over other people. So for some of you, you're going to have the flip of it. You're going to have the Leo, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, South Node. So you've already done that, and you're being pulled into more like Libran, Gemini, Taurus, different types of North Node, where you have to learn how to balance all of that rough and tumble and all of that kind of insight and wisdom that you have, and learn to use your skills to aid others. Okay, use your skills to aid others, and to not, it's like basically you don't want to be Saruman, you want to be Gandalf. Yes. All right, but it's not to stay in shame, because we have here, there is medicine in my shadow. So basically, our shadows are there for a reason. We don't want to live in a world that's, flat and non-dimensional. We want to live in a world where we learn how to move with our current. And one thing that's really good is you got the full moon here. The full moon taught me, Mother Moon taught me everything that I need to know about being the woman and the person, the spiritual being that I am in so many ways, and that connection with Mother Ocean, because, they're very, they are who they are, right? They go through their cycles, and sometimes those cycles hit hard, and they allow themselves that space, right? The moon has her craters. The moon has the unknown side. The moon gets full and turns the ocean and the world into a bunch of wildness. The moon gives blessings of newness, but she is who she is, right? So this is about maintaining and controlling your cycles. All right, we have this energy of control, knowing how to honor your drama, your intensity, your power, the things that you feel are negative qualities, learning how to develop them into gifts, into talent, into something that could even benefit others, right? For instance, tempers. Definitely some of you watching this have some huge tempers, but tempers can be used in a good way, right? So instead of road raging, if you're somebody who is protecting pedestrians on the road, that could be a good way to use your temper. Instead of bullying people, if you are helping to lead others, right? So there's always a switch in energy. There's a difference between being bossy and being a good leader and being the boss or the chief. And I think a lot of you are learning that. Now, some of you are having difficulty finding trustworthy leaders that are psychic or magical or spiritual. And you might have felt like, man, every time I try to open up, they end up just stealing my energy. They end up just, having their own agenda and wanting to take and control me. Some of you just have some wild charts, and you're like, nobody tell me what to do. I want to do what I want. I do see some Pisces here. Not that was connected, but and some Cancers. But this is saying you have to find a balance. You have to find the part of you that can be in stillness, even when, the astrology, even when the downloads are the most intense. Some of you need to start taking psychic naps or needing to rest when your spiritual cycle or even your moon cycle are really, really hitting, okay? Because our energy ebbs and flows in different ways. Think of, for instance, Gandalf, right? When Gandalf and Sauron, Lord of the Rings reference, or any great wizards, right? Dumbledore and Voldemort, when they're having this battle, the wizard needs rest after that, right? We even saw that with Dumbledore. He wasn't invincible. His hand got hurt, things of that nature. It's the same thing psychically. Some of you get so much powered up, right? You get so many downloads, but then afterwards you might hit a time of exhaustion. It can be a lot on your physical body, and you might try to be like, no, why is this happening? No, that's a natural part of it. You know, even people who are elders in the community, who have been witches and spiritual people for a very long time, they still need to go and have rest. They still need to be reminded that it's okay to take rest. We have to decolonize and allow ourselves to nap. Check out the nap ministry on Instagram. They always have really good posts that remind me of things like that. You know, it's for instance, back in the days with like farming and stuff, when that was the way of the of being on the land, you knew when it was time to rest. You knew when it was time to call it a day earlier. You knew, how to move in our natural cycles more. And so that could be necessary in a psychic, spiritual way as well. Your spirit crew doesn't want you out here using up all your good health trying to make money, get it, okay? They're saying you're getting burned out, and we don't want you burned out for that. They do not want you burned out for an employer. Some of you have your own business and they really, really like that. But they want you to manage your time and your hours more efficiently, okay? They're saying you need rest. Please use discernment for when you need to rest, because how can you use your skills to aid others if you're not 100? I mean, sometimes we can operate maybe down to 75%, and sometimes it's out of love that we pull these all-nighters, but this is like, it's too much. You have a lot of full moon energy all over, and it's similar. Like, I just had to let myself rest a bit more and say, okay, I'm not gonna rush and go back on live like I'm just always going. I needed to rest. And for some of you, that's your shadow side. There could be some Capricorns. Your shadow side is resting, allowing things to unfold, allowing yourself to just sit with yourself. Some of you don't like to sit in meditation and see things that come up, okay? And that's your shadow side. So everybody has different shadow sides, but what it's saying is there is medicine in that shadow. There's a reason that they are bringing it up, letting people come in that irritate it, that point it out, right, that shake it up. They are shaking you down for any cracks in your foundation right now. The tower coming at the chief, okay? The tower hitting the emperor, but they're similar energy. The tower is Mars and the emperor is Aries. So they're saying you can handle this. All right, for what we want you to do, for how we want you to set up, you should be able to handle the shakedown. Okay, you should be able to handle the battles that we're giving you, because we want to move you beyond what you can see, beyond what you think that you're capable of. All right, your ancestors are out here already preparing, and they're already at battle with things that you can't even see. All right, they're already moving you forward to new places. They want you to be at peace and at rest. They want you to hit completion on these cycles and to be in that empowerment and to no longer sit in fear because of these qualities that you haven't quite mastered yet, okay? Or that you feel like, oh man, I slipped back into that. And they're saying, no, just learn how to use that energy in a good way instead of hiding from that energy or overdoing it. And as you're learning that, you will overshoot sometimes, especially with this martial energy. You might overcompensate sometimes, and you're like, dang, I just did it again. That was embarrassing. I just went and tried to take all the credit and get all the attention. Dang, I was supposed to be having balance and thinking of how to help others. So it's like, just be honest, just recalculate, but keep moving forward, because there's so many things you don't know yet. You guys are very protected. For those of you, some of you need to throw down some intense protection magic. You need to push back at people who think they can push you around, period, okay? For those of you who have not been taking that action or who are wondering, that's a yes. That's a yes, okay? Now, if you're someone who's been out here jealous and angry and trying to come at other magical people, psychic, spiritual people, sensitive people, just jealous, even people who have finances that you don't have and being big mad about it, or having health that you don't have, I can feel this like yeah, it's like this cloud of anger that's almost like a headache behind the eyes right there. You guys might even be having like a twitching eye or something going on. This is saying you need to cool it down. Okay, your own spirit crew is like, nah, you need to deal with that jealousy and stop looking for, there, I think they slighted me, so I'm gonna cast something on them. I'm gonna send them some evil juju. I'm gonna give them a bad review. I'm gonna, dislike the video because I'm jealous over here. And who do they think they are, thinking they can be bigger and better than me? They say you need to tear down all the stuff that is off in you, so you can be built up into your greatness. How is one statue gonna be mad that they feel like they should have been a bigger statue, so they're gonna try to hop over there and try to knock down another statue? What? Get out of here. Come on now. That statue should practice taking in the elements around it, right? Shoot, maybe get a little aging. Some statues look better when they have some aging on them, right? Catch the light a little bit better. Grow some little moss. Ask some little birds to come sit on them. Something. All right, there's other ways to floss. I don't know why I'm getting a statue a metaphor that's never happened before, but there's other ways to floss than with that legacy. That's the statue. That's remembrance, that's legacy, that's prestige, that's being recognized by the community. Okay. 10th house energy going on, Capricorn energy, Saturn energy going on. Right now Saturn's conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so that could be significant. And we have Uranus and Earth, and we have Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, not Moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all in Virgo. So we have this a trine of signs, of earth signs in the sky. So people really are thinking about that, their work, their legacy. But this is saying basically, if you let that get the best of you, your spirit crew is going to shut it down. They're going to shut it down. They're going to pull you out of your own business, whether it's for a break, for a month, or just shutting you down all the way. Basically, they're not going to let you become a bad person in the suit of being better than others, or in the pursuit of finances, okay, or even just chasing the best health, right, the sexiest body or whatever. They're like, no, we're not going to let you just destroy yourself with that. We want you to take the time you need, heal your body, don't beat it up. We want you to take the time you need, grow your spiritual gifts, all right? Don't just burn down others, that kind of thing. Okay, so those are the messages I got for you, number ones. I hope that you received that medicine and had a lot of good synchronicities. Feel free to come back and rewatch this one, or pick other options at different times for messages from your spirit crew. Yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Yes. Oh, let's give you some charms. Bring it back, throw it back. Okay, I gotta be careful so they don't demonetize, but throw it back, y'all. Let's get some charms. They said, we're ready now. They just wanted it cleared off. Okay, a clear casting. Some charms from your spirit crew. Okay. A lot of runes. I'm noticing that a lot of readings like to have runes come out. Okay, so you are again protected here with the Hamsa. They're trying to besmirch you, but you are protected from shade and negativity coming your way. We have Hagalaz, I'm hearing, but again, if you unduly crash others down, they're gonna let a little kickback come to teach you, don't do that. We told you that's hot. We told you not to do that. Now, this doesn't mean, some people are like, see, that's why I don't protect myself, because I don't want to get in trouble. No, it's not that. You would know if you're being stanky, you just being jealous and going after someone. But when you need to protect yourself, or when somebody's affecting you and your business, your family, whatever, that's okay. They're like, no, we support you in that. But just going after people out of jealousy and stuff, that's when they're gonna let you get a little blowback to remind you, At. Okay, now I do see commitment. So those of you, we have Lagos, those of you, and look at that deep cup, like an ace of cups with the ring. I see you guys, when you do the right thing, okay, when you are open and when you are giving yourself space to flow, I see you easily flowing into community, connection, love, having, excuse me, a lot of romantic suitors. Some of you will have many engagements or offers of love or commitment or marriage in this lifetime. So they're saying that's definitely a possibility. We have the letters N, H, J, L, and I. That could be significant for you guys, okay? And let's see here. Also P. Yeah, so it's the energy. Don't give up yet. Don't give up yet. Don't throw in the towel. Don't wave the flag and think that you can't achieve love, that it's never going to happen. And also don't let that distract you from your spiritual path, from your friendships. Some of you have to learn to maintain your friendships even while you're going and trying to have romantic love. That could be not casting friends aside because they don't, be in love with you. That could be trying to keep a friend through and work through them having feelings for you. But some people aren't good at having a long-term partner and maintaining their friendships. So they do want you to get better at that and maintain your connections to the community. Don't isolate, okay? We have this beautiful stone here, or bead here. This is a bead, and we have the rutilated quartz. So again, this is just your higher connection to the spirit realm being super amped up. They're going to turn it up even higher at some times, okay? So if you're like, well, I don't know what this is talking about, I haven't had the breakthrough, this reading's letting you know it's coming, honey, okay? And it's going to be work. They want you to keep putting the work to it. Don't worry about, oh, I wasn't big and fancy, I didn't get it, it doesn't look easy. They're like, no, think of it, pedal to the metal, right? Shoulder to the grind. Think of it that way. When you see those athlete commercials and they're like, yeah, we sweat. Yes, look at us crouching and running and flexing and our veins and our muscles. They want you to handle your spiritual life a bit more like that when you're in go mode. And then when you're in rest mode, let it be the luxurious, spa sleep number or whatever commercial where you're resting, all right? Yes. They say you don't have to show all of your emotional nature to someone. You don't always have to feel like you're having a big revelation to share with everybody about your spirituality and about your love life or whatever's going on with you. You don't always have to have that expression. It's just important that you connect it inward, okay? So the full moon experience, you don't have to feel like, whoa, my life has changed all the time, although you guys probably do, but you don't have to worry about keeping up with the trends and communicating that. It's better just to save that for the close friend to your internal process. Some of you, it will be good to take up writing or voice notes, or if you also will be doing vision boards. Okay, of you that chose with the Tangerine quartz. Let's see what your spirit crew has to say to you. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have Young Coin. Okay, maybe we got some young blood divine rebels over here. All right, what else do we have? We have the Crocodile. We have, it is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. Love that. Waterfall, effortless. Unicorn, innocence, trust, and honesty. Spirit of initiation. There's a young feel here. So either you guys are starting something new or you are very young yourselves. We have the key. Locked doors can now be opened, right next to opening that sacral chakra with the waterfall. Okay, y'all. I see you. And we have the 8 of Cups. We have Judgment. And we have the 6 of Cups reversed. All right. So what is going on here? What is going on here? There is a good change coming, all right? That change gonna come. Well, it's here. Some of you are definitely getting rid of old programming that you've had since you were young. It's like there's this sweet energy internally, and some of you like had to go through being so criticized and demonized and treated very badly in some ways growing up, or just were raised with certain fears that kept you from your body being whole. See this whole spiritual body there? On that being, just being one, it's almost like parts of your aura, of your energy, were taught that they couldn't be together in wholeness, and now they're being resurrected. And look at there, see how they're becoming part of the physical body there and integrating in. That's beautiful. Like, that's just a perfect image there. A lot of you, this has to do with your sacral chakra, your sexuality, your sensuality. You know, a lot of us have society enforced blockages there. So how can our energy flow purely? How can we have good connections with the things that come out of our sacral chakra? A lot of people, you know, end up belittling their art, their children, their sensual relationships, the things they create out of their sacral chakra, because of this you know, programmed energy that the sacral is bad, that it shouldn't blossom and bloom, that it's negative. And you guys have been waiting with the crocodile there to open up and to get that energy flowing in a good way. You could have a lot of sacral chakra energy, definitely, and it could be difficult to find how you can balance that with like your heart space and your solar plexus chakra, and even the root chakra, right? You need to go out here and get coins, but if your sacral chakra is out of balance, then it is basically, it's like your desires, right? Whether that's sensual, whether that is for luxuries, things of that nature. There's some if you look close here on this one, there is, on his headpiece here, there are rings and bracelets and things of that nature. Okay, so some of you have had your energies a bit swapped. You've had your manifesting really focusing a lot on root chakra things, so all of your spiritual energy is going to get physical things. That's not necessarily incorrect for certain times, you know, that totally works, but they're going to start shifting that and having you actually think about, you know, appreciating where you are in your physical body and feeling more wholeness within yourself. Okay, we have the Six of Cups reverse, inner child things, especially with the unicorn here, are coming up, really embracing your inner child and kind of literally rebirthing with the Wheel of Fortune, turning around those inner child connections and the Judgment card. Some of you are needing some deep healing after having a child, and you're reconnecting your spirit body with your physical body and healing all of that space. Some of you have had some health concerns that could have been in the genitalia or in the breast, and so now you are you're either currently working through that, or you are re-knowing yourself after those situations, and it's like you're new again, right? Some of you might have had a little Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo child, or Sagittarius. Could have had Scorpio placements as well. I see Scorpio, I see earth signs, Sag, I see Pisces, and a few Cancers in here, and some Aquarians. Okay, so I love this. It is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. If you have a particular partner that there's been good energy in the connection and you're trying to figure out, should I open up sexually? This is your sign from your spirit crew that yes, this is a healthy connection that we have called forth. This person might be a lot more earthy than you are. Maybe you're very woo-woo and spiritual, and so it's kind of strange that they are, you know, so physical. They could even have, you know, a lot of partners that they've had or things of that nature. They know how to unlock these doors, okay, if you know what we're talking about. Right? They got the waterfalls going. But they're saying that once you connect with this person, it's gonna be, look, oh my gosh, it says trust, honestly. It says honesty and trust, honestly, truly. They say honestly, truly, you can connect. It's not a scam, you guys. This person could be very earth sign, and they can have water in their chart, maybe a little pop of fire, because look at that gleam in that eye. Okay, but this is water here, so they could have a lot of water, earth in their chart, and you might be like, man, they are so slow moving. What, are they even still here? They still there. Look at this, even on the fire energy here on the Sagittarius card. Look at those eyes, still squint. They're still smoldering from the ethers. Okay. Yes, so they know how to make things work with you. They got the key for the waterfall. Now, don't go chasing waterfalls. Don't go. Meaning, have safe sex, be respectful of yourself and others. And some of you are like, I know, that's what I'm worried about. How do I know that this will be respectful? How will I know that this is a safe person to be with and that it's okay to express these things? I still have guilt. I still feel bad. One moment I'm feeling free and like, oh, I'll do what I want with my body. And the next minute I feel judged and like maybe that was the wrong decision and I should have kept my purity and all this kind of stuff. This is like purity is a state of mind, a state of spiritual being, okay? And as a Pisces, we can tell you that because Pisces have that eternal energy of going back to innocence and having that shyness. No matter how many partners you've had, what's happened in life, how many mistakes, you can go to that essential pureness of spirit. Sagittarians are very much the same. Scorpios innately have that energy too, and Capricorns, like a lot of signs that are demonized, have a very pure childhood energy in them. They just have other people try to take that away, okay? You might have a Scorpio or Capricorn, Sag, or Leo rising, or Pisces rising, or Virgo. Okay, so any of those polarities of those. And so this is saying, no, it's okay for you to reclaim yourself for yourself, and it's okay for you to share yourself. See this power pose here that's going on? They are directing their sacral energy how they want. And I'm feeling this strong energy like Marilyn Monroe, people who they had that, their sensuality pulled from them and used how others would. And then they had to ended up being like a caricature of themselves. And then like with Marilyn Monroe, she talked right before she passed, she survived, assaults and all of this stuff. And right before she passed away, we'll phrase it that way, but conspiracy legit, okay? She had done some recordings and she talked about how she had never had an orgasm. And yet she's like one of the most renowned, sex symbols, right? Up through the ages. So this is like that kind of energy where we don't want other people to take control of our sensuality or sexuality anymore. It's not about what other people want. So you have spirit of initiation, reclaiming that, reclaiming what you do with your body, with your talents, okay, with your love, with your energy, and you deciding who gets the key, and you having the ability any moment to pull that back, okay? You know how they do with the vampires? I rescind your invitation. You can literally practice that with your own aura, with your own energy field. Some of you, it's time to release past lovers from your energy field. It could be exciting to be like, oh, they're still spying, they still want attention, we're still connected. It's saying, no, your body should be your body, your energy field should be your energy field, period. Release their energy back to them, call your energy back to you, okay? That's how you have wholeness, and that's how you can move on to new relationships. It's important also to do that if for any predator energy that we've encountered, release their energy back to them, call your purity back to you, meaning your you-ness, you know what I mean, that they tried to take. That's the purity. It's your own spirit. It's not that, Catholic guilt purity kind of thing, which okay. Yes, it's important to do that. Your spirit needs to know that it's okay to fully come down and rest in your body. All right. And you're very much in charge of your spiritual destiny at this time. You might feel like the wheel of fortune, fates, it's all out of hand, and it's really not. Your spirit crew is pretty much sitting back, and then you do you, youngin. Right, with the judgment card, they're like, we're calling you to claim your incarnation. You know how to do this. Remember your training, remember your pre-life planning. We're still sitting here on your high council. We're still sitting here. You have spirits that were with you in past lives. Some of them were like, okay, we're gonna come incarnate with you because you're feeling lonely. All right, so they're coming through. You might end up connecting and being friends with people who are a little bit younger than you. They're like, we're still here. You also might connect with mythical, so-called mythical spiritual beings or animals that have been endangered. There's just their spirits, the energy of the earth, the parts of the earth that are, rare or endangered basically at this time, or certain sacred sources and sites, like particular water sites. You might feel that energy and draw strength from ceremonies and communication with that. But yeah, I just feel this energy where they're like, you're not on your own, you're empowered to do you. Okay, this is supposed to be your incarnation. And that's why sometimes you guys might be like, I feel like a little new soul, like what's going on, you know? And it's because some of you might be newer souls to this realm, or to, you know, going through the gigs. But I think it's just they're letting you ride the bike yourself. Okay, they're taking their hands off, and it's not any disrespect, it's because you're able to. You can ride that bike now. Okay, the wheels ain't gonna come off. And so the Eight of Cups is asking you to leave all the things that you thought were protection or safety, or, you know, sometimes it's like, I have to think I'm a bad person, I have to know this, and I have to see myself that way because I can't move on to be successful, and I don't deserve that, and I don't want anyone to be able to come and point out these bad things about me, and I was caught unawares. I just have to stay in that place of keeping myself believing I don't deserve, or that I'm going to be judged, so I'm not caught off guard by someone judging me. And they're saying, no, that's not necessary. You make the judgment calls for yourself. That's what you fear most, is to look at yourself and decide that you weren't a good person. Okay, because at the end of the day, they're like, that's what we're going to do when you end your incarnation. We're just going to hand you a mirror and let you see, do you think you did a good job or not? So work on having compassion with yourself now, and just living the life that you want to be, and being the person you want to be now, and release that energy. You guys have such creation energy. Oh my goodness. And if there's been concerns with children, I see that coming through, and I do see a lot of people who didn't think they would have children, or maybe who have had some difficulty conceiving, coming through and having a child. And when it happens, it's just going to be something that's going to click, right? The key in the door, the right key in the door. And it could literally be the right partner, somebody who's safe to be around children. And it could be when you suddenly open up and you're in the right space, and in your own joy, and in your own, you know, just the healing hits right, then boom, it just comes. And it might even be a bit unexpected, but in a good way, where it flows and it fits your life. Okay, and if you're like, oh my gosh, no, I'm pregnant right now and I wasn't expecting that, you're expecting now, eh? They're saying it's gonna be all right. You've had this soul come through for a reason, and this child is gonna come through, little earth sign. Okay, hashtag I may relate, baby magic's little Capricorn, and she just came through. Okay, and she does have Leo rising and some Scorpio in her chart, and some of these different signs, but it's going to be a joy. Okay, and you have the ability to heal and to provide the child with just a beautiful fresh start and empowerment, and allow them to grow up innocent yet wise, and to have tools that you did not have growing up, in a very good way. All right, there is a blessed energy around your child. For those of you who have a child, there's a blessed energy around your pregnancy, and around your healing of your womb space, for who that applies. Okay, so that is your message. I'm going to clear the cards, and I'm going to get your charms out. Okay. All right, for a little bit more messages from your spirit crew. This is going to be a long video. Okay, but we let them do what they do. All right, charms, messages from your spirit crew, ancestors, angels, guides, deities, spirit helpers. Okay, little string there. All right, for those of you that have had a lover or a sibling pass away already this lifetime, they are here protecting you, and were part of this reading, connecting with you. They could have been with your child before your child came through. For those of you that part of the message was for you. Okay, they are here, and they are watching your spirit contracts and imparting you with spiritual wisdom. I feel the goddess Aset, Isis, very strongly for those who have a connection there. There's also some more warlike deities. That could be, you know, anyone from Aries to, I'm hearing Yahweh a lot because you know he's a war god. Honestly, truly, let's put that into perspective. But whoever you connect to, your protector deities that are very fierce, okay? I'm hearing Urzuli Tanto. All right, so we'll leave that open. But these are the different beings that just want to let you know. It's kind of like they're signing off on the reading. So this is interesting. There's also goddess energy. So for those lunar goddesses, mothering deities, those kind of divine feminine deities. So the one that you connect to, I'm hearing Kuan Yin, Ishtar. Okay. I'm just going to only mention the ones that specifically ask me to say their name, that I'm hearing spiritually, but you know, you will know which ones you connect to that have this energy, all right? And there is this little blessing of Venus over here. So they're saying that the communication is open. They hear when you speak. It is not a thorn in their side or a frustration for them, and that they can also communicate back to you, okay? Kind of this crossroads energy. I do feel a bit of Hecate and the energy of spirits at the crossroads. So they do want you to honor your agreements. So pay attention. If you're not really wanting to connect with a certain deity, then don't petition them, okay? don't petition them. But at the same time, I feel that they are also open if it's time for you to translate out. For instance, that feeling with Yahweh or certain spiritual beings, if you are no longer in that religion, or if you've moved to a different phase of your spirituality, for you particularly who chose this, they're letting you know, okay, we're open to discussions to letting you out of these contracts. It's a good time to go release your energy from that spiritual path, and close that doorway with them. Okay, wow, that's really profound. But you're being known that the deities are also open to letting that happen. Now, we always have the power to ask that and to command that for our lives, but sometimes deities and spirits can give us some pushback. They're saying that they will respect your wishes, and if you are wanting to be removed from that energy, they will allow you to go in peace, basically. Okay? All right, now let's go ahead and roll this dice for a further message from them. Number one, again, they're saying it's your path. It's your life. You could have Aries rising, or I meant to say North Node, but Aries rising, Aries North Node, or North Node in your first house, meaning that you are creating yourself. That is part of your destiny at this time, is to be your destiny, to make it what you want goes, all right? And they're going to honor that on your path of weird, okay? Wow, that's so beautiful. This is like so profound. So that is the energy for you. I'm just, they're like, just say it. The energy of the fates. You know, when you watch like, what is it called? 300 or any of those movies where they go and do the ancient divination and they contact the fates. They're like, you're holding your string of fates. You're holding your crossroads. Yeah. Super cool. So it's like you're empowered. They're like, they don't want you to freak out about it, but they're like, you're writing your contracts. You're deciding what your fate and destiny is. And what you say, it goes in your spiritual life. So be aware of that, but it's in a good way. Okay, and you do have blessings for protection and beastiness in your life. You have blessings for creating life. Again, blessings on your sacral chakra energy. And blessings to choose whatever path you want and travel, like that Wheel of Fortune energy. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Wow. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Sacral chakra, Tangerine quartz. Love it. Okay, for those of you that choose number 3, these readings are coming out just, I mean, they could change up at any moment because I'm sitting with the energy that the beings are bringing from our spirit crew realm. spirit realm crew. But they're just long and delicious and delectable, so I'm going to let them unfold that way. This might be a very long video, okay? We've only done number 2, and I think we're like an hour into this video at least. Let's see. Number 3, those of you that chose Bronzite, what is the message from your spirit helpers? We have 8 of coins. We have the 4 of gourds, the 4 of cups reversed. We have starfish. Ooh. Let's see. We have the ace of wands, and that's kind of reversed. We have the temperance card. We have the emperor. Some of you might have also chosen number 1. We have earth. We'll note that it came up reversed. Earth signs, definitely Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. We have spirit of empowerment. Travel. Okay, summer solstice. Fire. His face is so meh. And it did come up reversed, so we'll take note. And we have, with a steady mind, I am connected to our collective experience. The number 20 could be significant. We also have 4, 14, 5, and 1. Okay, I am hearing 15 as well. So, and 8. So those could be connected to the birthdays. There could be some Leos absolutely in this. We also have the ace of wands, so there could be Aries or Sagittarius, and of course we said Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. All right, some of you are asking about a particular person. Should you go, there could be distance between. They're talking about a relationship. They're saying, look, it's almost past time we gave y'all this opportunity. Are you going to work on it or not? I feel like the person who is a bit more dominant, or who is the fire sign, or who is masculine identified, they are like, they're still watching, okay? They're still trying to do a little look-see. There could be a Pisces, okay? I'm seeing this in the water here with the purple hair. Very Pisces. Could be Scorpio. We do have butterflies and transformation. But yes, could be a Pisces with Scorpio and fire in their chart. Hey. Or a Cancer with some of those same energies. And I see that they're still watching you. They're still keeping an eye on you. They're watching you as you get empowered. You guys could be growing in business. You could be reclaiming your health. All right, look at the hair thriving, roses, okay, looking like they're blossoming on the third eye. And they do want to come to you. They do want to travel, but something is stopping them. It could be literal practical work. It could be studies and schooling. It could be that their children are in school, if they do have children, and just like, you know, practical concerns. They have duties to others. Maybe they work with children, and so they feel like, well, I'm not just going to check out from my job and call out. Like the people I work with are dependent on me. They could be nurses or somebody like that, where they're like, you know, my job matters. I can't just leave those that I work with or that I work for. They could also have health concerns of their own and need to be around their health care, or, you know, their certain environment that helps them recuperate. I do see some people recuperating their health, absolutely. So there's this energy of wanting to travel and be around each other. There's also a bit of glamour happening here between the two of you, a bit of that everything that glitters ain't gold, okay? Wanting some gold stars from each other, but you know, when you flip over the starfish, it's teeth. So notice this mermaid doesn't have starfish on the boobs because the mouth of the starfish is underneath there, right? So it's like, what are these mermaids up to with starfish on their breasts? The teeth are there. And so that's kind of like what it feels like with you guys. You connect and you're like, yes, we're gonna be so entwined, and then you're like, ouch. Excuse me, too much. There's some distance here between you guys. Journey, path, location. Send the location. Some of you don't know where the other one is, okay? Maybe they don't know where you're at, and that's why they're getting a little burnt out on the situation and frustrated, or maybe you don't know exactly where they're at. One of you might travel and move. But yes, one of you is getting very surly and frustrated and dominant. Could be fire with Scorpio in their chart because they don't have control in the situation. They could also have a lot of earth in their chart. And the other one is just like, yes, we're going to be connected, eternal. Eternal change, like the spirits are going to help us flow together. So you definitely can be, you know, like oil and water and try to come together. But you have temperance here, and temperance helps to blend what seems like it wouldn't come together. It's alchemy into a whole new element. Okay, so your spirit crew is bringing that up, and they're saying, look, you might just have to go hop a plane. This person is stubborn. Okay, they're very stubborn. And it's like, here with the steady mind, I am connected to our collective experience. So they're saying, don't tap into this connection when you're feeling all willy wonky, when you're feeling all willy nilly all over the place. Maybe someone's named Willy, I don't know. Oh, Wooly Bully. I'm feeling goofy, all right? Y'all be goofy. You just be goofy over here. You be goofy being overly serious to the point that you're just like a little caricature of like a, you know, the grumpy old men in the cartoons or something. And then on the other side, you get so giddy. You just get so giddy over this person. You're over here creating just energies of love floating around like little Tweety birds, okay? And people around you are seeing that. They pick that up too, but they don't know that's about them. When they tune into you, because you guys tune in when you're not always steady minded, when you're not always in your empowerment, right? And then what happens, oops, I'm already awake. And then what happens is that you end up tuning into each other, and because this person's all upset and ferocious because they don't have a steady place in your life, you're like, oh, it feels like rejection to you. Or they tune into you and they feel all these love bubbles, all these butterflies and hummingbirds and I don't know what else, glitter around you, and they think, oh, they must be in love with someone else. But really, you guys are creating these energies about each other, okay? And so you end up feeling back to back when you're not, okay? This person definitely could have some spiritual insight to you, or a way to view your social media. They might, or maybe they like come through town every once in a while or something. It's like they check in, even though they pretend that they're off here doing very serious things, very serious, okay? Very important things, very empowered things, because they utilize logic, reason, and common sense. It's too much. They're doing the most, okay? So radiance, just radiating out this energy. Yeah, the person who's masculine identified, just be on it. They do feel overwhelmed. They do get burnt out. They do, it's like 24/7. Do they ever get a break? They do have a lot of other concerns going on that are practical. That is real. And that could be also why it's hard for them to get out of root chakra concerns. It's like they want to get into sacral chakra things, their desires, their pleasures, and get more into the fun and able to connect, but they just get so distracted that, you know what it's like I can't, I'm tired, I have a headache, right? But actually you do. It's like that kind of feeling. And then even when they don't, they're just so habitual that they're in the mood now of rejecting a good time, like because they usually have to, right? They might travel, but it's only for business. They could be going from coast to coast, or you know, a commute of some sort. And so it's just that energy. Maybe that's why they're frustrated. So like if you'd send me your location, I'd slide through and make a little business call. Some of you could work with this person, but they still just don't want to risk muddying up the connection. All right, they could see you go through a lot of changes and phases. There's the moon. You might change up your look. They see you getting empowered in your own business and in your spirituality. Some of you are getting the star with the sun. Some of you are getting very famous. They might be like, maybe that's why they're like, you're traveling around, your social media is growing, we never know what's going on with you. And they sometimes, to be honest, as much as they know that they're a catch and that they are building themselves to be like the perfection of what they can be and be very empowered and secure and all of that, they also just, with that burnout and always working, they kind of feel like they're basic in some ways. They do. And they feel like maybe they had an opportunity with you and you rejected them, or they messed up the situation. And so now they might just feel like they're a little bit older, or they just, I don't know. There's something about you that can unsettle them because they just feel like you're so magical and different and, you know, like this unique and charismatic. And they just feel like a little bit out of their depths, especially right now while they have to focus on work or health or school or whatever it is. Okay, so yes, and this energy here with the Bronzite that you picked is saying that it's where we have to get on our shit. It's where we have to, you know, get rid of our negative habits, where we have to get back to work, get our life in order, get our foundation firm, and work on our root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras. Okay, so your spirit crew is talking to you about all this because they're just like, child, we hear about this all the time. This is all y'all think about, both of you, okay? You need to get it together. But then you end up going in different ways. Like you're both trying to think of these big romantic gestures or ways to get back to each other, but one of you is taking a ship this way, one of you is taking a plane that way. Okay, they're just like face palming over here. What is you doing, baby? Okay, your astrology could be significant. You guys could have you know, significant aspects between your, I guess, any of your astrology, because you have the star here. Sun sign could be important. One of you, maybe your suns are in conjunct, because I'm not seeing square, but I'm not seeing in like trine in the biggest harmony. So maybe sometimes your placements are a little bit blah with each other when they're not being intense and you know, obsessive with each other. And so it's just a mix there, but you might want to study your astrology. The biggest message here is to stay in your empowerment. They're saying don't stop your empowerment to try to go and have this relationship. That's not how it works. You guys will only get together and respect each other when you're at your best. That's what you want. You want to be at your best and come together as a power couple. So that, keep doing that. You might have to be more honest with each other and actually let the other person know, instead of just driving by their house, let them know, hey, I'm in the neighborhood. Okay, you do. This person is, you know, a bit hot-headed, but they're hot and cold because they don't want to be hot-headed, I don't think, but they do maybe have a history of having a temper. So it's just hard. It's hard for them to be engaged with you without kind of spiraling out of control with their passions and with their fears and their frustrations about what they're able to do in actuality at this moment. And they are being a bit overly practical and logical, but they also need that overly in other areas of their life to maintain and to grow where they want to be. Okay, they're not feeling 9 and 10 of Pentacles yet, they're still feeling 8 of Pentacles. So the biggest advice is stay steady in mind and only connect to their energy. Like, don't try to stay connected to them all the time. Don't reject each other, because if you guys do that, you guys are a hot mess. If it's a healthy connection. If it's not a healthy connection, bye. That's a few of you. But they're saying, you know, you guys kind of want to, it's almost like you guys are connected in a way that it's all day. Like you're doing the dishes, you hear each other. That I think you both just visualize talking to each other about everything. Like what's going on at work. Oh, look, I just found the key that I lost. Just like really practical things. Very Virgo season. That can be really influencing for those who are watching this as it's posted. Or if it's in a Earth season, Earth sign season when you watch. You guys have a way of just constantly connecting to each other, but they're saying try not to plug that in. And that way, if you are not in a healthy mind frame, if you're getting a bit too obsessive, if you're getting insecure, because they immediately pick it up and they're like, oh shit, this isn't gonna work, we're insecure, this is not, you know, they pick it up immediately. And the same is vice versa. Be aware when it's feelings that they're sending in. You were in a good vibe and then all of a sudden you're feeling surly and upset and like this is never gonna work out. They probably just had, you know, some doubts and frustrations that came through for them. So it's like, try to establish that boundary that, you know, we connect to each other through love and respect and supporting each other, you know, for giggles and fun things. And not that you don't connect through tough things, there is that supporting each other, but we don't connect to each other through doubt. We don't connect to each other through fine, screw this. We don't connect to each other through those vibes. That's not what we send each other. And I don't try to read your energy or do pick a cards or connect to your energy when I'm in that mind space, is what your spirit crew is saying. All right, so let's get some charms. So most of your messages, I think, is from your guys' own higher selves over here. Charms from your spirit crew messages. Let's see. Oop. Ooh, that gave a lot. Okay, yes, communication, authentic communication. Sorry, I'm trying to put this around my shoulders. Authentic communication is very necessary. We have a throat chakra bead. There could be a Pisces that's very aquamarine. There could be someone with Capricorn or earth placements again. Your moon signs could be very significant. We have uncork it. Uncork it. You guys are wanting to hide your moon signs. You could have a hidden deity, a grandmother figure, or someone pulling you together. It could be a deity that's culturally significant to you. For some of you, you could be a Latinx, okay, in your connection. We do have the energy of, okay, we have the sibling energy around the moon. So there could be someone that has moon in the 3rd house. There could be mercurial placements connected with the moon that are significant, but it's the energy to open up and communicate. You guys might talk about children a lot when you do communicate, or have concerns about your siblings or children. Maybe your sibling has some kind of information about this person or connection that you would need to be shared. We do have a rune that's a little bit hidden. What's in there? Yeah, there is a hidden setback. There's a hidden thorn in the side. Let's see what this rune is. Hagelas. Okay, you both have some hidden chaos. Maybe you guys have Uranus contacts. Yeah. It's kind of like Thor coming through the storm of like the Iron Bridge, right? And then you have that connection. You guys might connect through this inner chaos or moon energy that you have. You could have Aquarian moons, Scorpio moons, Pluto on the moon. You have a similar vibe like that, but you have the Om here. So there's a way to find peace. You need to communicate. Maybe that's why it's hard to connect, because you guys are similar in some ways. You guys both might like to hide information or hide when you're going through something chaotic, or repress something that feels like it's a negative trait in yourself, instead of just being honest about it. But I feel like you're both very powerful, and it's like you have that kind of powerfulness where you can either have very amazing traits, or you can spiral out on yourself and you energetically affect other people. So I feel like you guys really need to have an honest conversation and kind of come clean about what's going on. Again, there's something about with the siblings in this heart to heart. Maybe their sibling will, maybe, I don't know, some of you are close to their sibling, or maybe they watch your siblings' social media to get information about you. Maybe they see you with your nieces and nephews a lot. I don't know, for some of you that's significant. Maybe that's where they see you open up and actually show love and care. Maybe it's just kind of like you and your sibling is the only person, your only family or something, or that's their only family, or that's who they're concerned about at this time, and taking up a lot of time frame with their nieces and nephews and their siblings or cousins. Okay, and over here we do have the lucky Buckeye. So it seems like a long way off. It seems like this relationship is a long shot, but there still is a hope for it. Okay, it's a long stone's throw away. It's skipping stones, okay, but it still is available in the cosmic plan. Okay, you have to have some chutzpah, you have to have some spine and backbone. Right now you guys have been laid to rest. There's some chaos you need to lay to rest, but there's also some strength, and just gird your loins and go for it and communicate with each other. That needs to happen. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys that chose number 3 in the Bronzite. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll talk to you again on another one. Yes. All right, for those of you that chose number 4 with the lithium quartz here, beautiful, beautiful. We've had some amazing readings. Let's see, we have Lil Blade, okay? We have Papa Staff. I love this card, so beautiful. We have the mouse, so cute. We have air. It came up reversed, so we'll keep that in mind. Seek a union of mind and spirit. There could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Definitely, since we have Little Blade as well. There could also be Sag, Aries, or Leo. We have the Knight of Cups reverse. I love this, on a dolphin with her blue hair. So there could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in your concerns or in your chart. We have the Two of Cups. We have Dancer of Inspiration, which is kind of that mix of water and air. We have Orange, Creativity. A lot of people are working on sacral chakra energies, that's for sure. Okay, Creativity and Change. We have Whale, which also connects with sacral chakra and throat chakra, Breach. And we have My Dreams Reveal That Magic is Real and Anything is Possible. Okay, we have dreamers, we have artists and creatives in this group, absolutely. We have those who are trying to get from, I feel like I know what cards you guys might have picked on the other option for another reading, where they talked a lot about finding authenticity with your artistic path and going from where we are kind of learning and mimicking and copying others as a way to learn or to find our own style, into blossoming into our own, you know, full artistic self, or our full expression, or who we are, right? Our own look, our own feel. We have this parrot here, so moving from the mimicking into healing and pulling out our authenticity. All right, for some of you that seemed very burdensome lately, but you're learning to create. You're learning to create, to be your own rainbow. Now, I'm hearing rainbow. I do feel like for some of you, this could be a deity or an ancestor who is LGBTQIA, non-binary, somewhere in the community. It can also be that you are within that community as well, okay? And yes, there are deities, many deities who are in that community, okay? So definitely look that up. And I'm just seeing someone dancing. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of Pisces energy, but I'm seeing someone who just loves to dance. What is on, oh shoot, what's the show called? What's the show called? Why can I not think of the name of the show? Oh, okay, so I won't use that example, but I'm thinking of, like, you know, the characters who they just live to dance. That's all they want to do all the time. They just want to dance. They just want to get into dance school. You guys have some kind of passion. Some of you, it's speaking or singing, spoken word, poetry. You have some kind of dream, and it's like you're trying to figure out the details to the big picture. Like, how do I get from that? Maybe you have all the innate talent, but that practical, you know, routine of honing your skill is a lot and a bit overwhelming. And some of you, you have all of the work ethic and learning it, but you're just waiting for that greater wave of talent and wondering, you know, do I have enough of the kind of it factor, the special juju, right? Do I have enough of that uniqueness to really make it? If you pick this reading, you are definitely an artist. You are definitely a creative. You do have originality, and it's time to just go into it more and more. And it's going to be a mix of all of this. It's going to be learning from others and learning from the process of those who preceded you, but then letting yourself augment it, letting yourself listen to your intuition. Your body is very intuitive. I remember one of my music teachers and piano, she told me, she's like, you play musically, like your body is musical. The way you play the music, you feel it, right? You move with it, and you guys have that energy. You move with the feelings of your gifts. So even if that's okay, I just got some people from this group are actually athletes or actually have a different type of gift or dream or desire that they're into, your body moves like that, right? You know, you look at some people and you're just like, oh, you know, you play this kind of sport, right? I just heard you're a swimmer. Okay, some of you are swimmers. So whatever your gift is, maybe you want to qualify for Olympic tryouts. I had a roommate actually that was practicing for that, and had went other times and done it. Okay, and so you guys might have a goal like that. I just heard someone might want to try out for like The Voice or some kind of TV sensation, such as, and there's different things of that nature. Some of you just want to be able to have your own spiritual, magical, creative practice, and so it's many different things. Oh, there's just so many. I think that's it. You guys have so many gifts, so many inspirations, so many different ideas. All right, and I heard luxuries, that it feels like a luxury to you to be able to take the time to develop them, to indulge in them, to have that experience of the blessing of being able to unfurl your gifts and live in that. All right, I'm hearing that song, Watch Me Unfurl. And they're saying, no, it's just time to look at the details. They're speaking to you a lot through your dreams. And it says they reveal that this magic is real and that anything is possible. They're letting you know you have what it takes. Okay? You have what it takes. Others have paved the way for you. Others have gotten further on less. Okay? It's time to break through yourself. That's the first breakthrough, is when you allow yourself to not feel like just the starving artist or just the dreamer without, a landing space, hopeless, floating around, never going to happen, but allow yourself to be real. Now, some of you, it might take many different phases. I'm noticing that there's kind of a mask on this face, but not in a bad way, because it's made of the stars and the ethers. It reminds me of Lekeli 47, the rapper. She always wears a mask, right? We have different ways. Some of us want to be bold and to take the stage. Some of us want to be behind the scenes. Some of us want to be present, but also have a bit of an onstage persona or character. Some of you might be trying out for parts on stage. In plays or opera, Broadway, something of that nature. Some might want to be stage hands or stage techs behind the scenes. Okay, I'm also seeing people who work in animation and do like rotoscoping and things of that nature. So many different gifts. You're probably like, yep, all of the above. I'm feeling a strong Sag, Aquarius, Pisces vibe. Some of you have that combo. And basically your spirit crew's answer is yes, 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 yes. They say once you accept for yourself that you can have these gifts, you'll be surprised how it works. I'm seeing the picture of Jim Morrison, how he used to perform with his back to the crowd. Okay, he was afraid to look at the crowd. What was his astrology? I think he was Sag, Taurus Moon, Aquarius rising. He was too afraid to look at the crowd. They had to make him learn to turn around and look at the crowd. I'm thinking also of Lizzo. She didn't think she could sing. She wanted to be a rapper. She did not think she could sing. She's a Taurus over here. Okay, she has Aquarius Mars. I do remember that. And her moon, what was her moon? Did she have a Sag moon? I can't remember her moon sign right now, but basically, yeah, she didn't think she could sing, and now her singing career is bigger than, I don't want to say bigger than the rapping, because she does both on her album, but you know what I mean. She's known as a singer, and she didn't really think that she could sing, and then one time they just had her do it, and they just kind of pushed her to do it in the studio, and this voice cracked out of her, right? And so I see things like that. Yes, those of you working on your throat chakra, those of you working on the next level of your gift, those of you, I'm seeing people trying to work on their hand-eye coordination, to catch a ball, to play piano, to hold your paintbrush steady, reclaiming yourself. Some of you are reclaiming yourself, and you're coming back way later in life or years later to your gift, and you've had it on pause for a long time. Okay, you haven't been doing the songwriting, or technology's changed, or the style of, who is the audience of your creation and what you do has changed, and it's saying yes, you're going to do it in a different way. You're really going to evolve. You're going to have a different feel. It's like when artists the ones who are legends, they start off in the 80s, right? Think of how the music sounds then, and then how it transitions through the time. It goes through the 70s, a whole different, or it doesn't go through the 70s, oh my gosh, but it might call back to the 70s, the style of the music as they go, right? The 90s, the thousands, and all the way back to now, and then some of that might come back in vogue. But I see you guys really being a lot different now and having a lot of growth than when you started out. So it's like, don't try to recreate old hits at the moment. Work on pulling pulling together all of your energy. Keep the skills of that, keep the parts of that were you and unique, but allow yourself to warm up to different versions of yourself, okay? And really stick to the details. It is time for you to get a daily plan. There's a Virgo energy here. It is time for you to keep at it, because people who have less talent are doing what you want to do just because they believe in themselves and because they consistently chip away at it, okay? So keep chipping away at it, and all of this opening up of your gift and that pouring in of that Neptunian energy that you're waiting for. Knight of Cups is reversed, which is a Pisces card. Neptune is reversed right now, or it's reversed, it's retrograde right now, okay? We can go to the deepest parts of our past lives and all of our gifts and call that artist out of us, okay? I call it muse retrieval, and I actually do that. I actually teach journeying work. I teach how to tap into your astrological chart specifically as an artist, all of those kind of things. If you're interested, contact me, oceanheartconjure@gmail.com. It'll be in the description box. So let's look at your charms. What other messages does your spirit crew have for you? And I feel like this message is from your muses. That's what I'm channeling. Your muses want you to come and play. I love how so many different spiritual beings are coming through. That's why they're like, we don't want to wait for each our own separate pick a card. Put us all in one. Messages from the muses. Shut the door. Who did I say it was? You know what this is? This is the three graces. This is the muses. I'm done. I'm done. Roll the credits. Roll the credits. Who just jumped out their seat and said, ah! Wow, third eye popping. Third eye popping, sweet as a little jelly bean, okay? Just a little, just pop the muse pill, okay? Wow. Wow. Some of you picked option 2 as well. You're going to have inspiration from that person. I love this. We have the dark moon phase inside the crescent moon. They said, any way you feel, use everything. Use it in your work. Use it in your work. Embrace it. Embrace all sides of yourself. You got the influencer pendant. You can be big, okay? Don't worry about dates and times. Don't worry about birthdays. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care if you're too young. They don't care if you're too old. They don't care if they don't care. All right, even astrologically, which you know you can time stuff, they're like, no, you don't have to do Lion King and Leo season. We don't care. We just want this energy to come out. We want this talent out. Boom, you literally just got freaking co-signed by the muses. Are you kidding me right now? Wow. All right, your siblings could also be very talented. Yeah, you might come from a very talented family, actually, for real. They don't want you worried about that. They don't want you comparing. You can use family concerns that you've done, put it in your art. Pour it out. Just pour it all out into your art. They want you to amplify it. They want your music up loud. They want your life lived out loud. They want you listening to every influence of everything. This is reminding me of how Solange, right, sibling of Beyonce, how Beyonce's style changed, and even Jay-Z's, because Solange would be what she called a stereo hog and play just random kinds of music, all different genres, all different things, and it opened up her family to all different kinds of sounds and you know, expressions and inspirations. Wow. Wow. I mean, I love the muses. I connect with them. Pisces, sign of the muse, okay? A Neptune 12th house dominant in there. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, they put that one way up there too. Yes, from the crown chakra. You're channeling. You're channeling. Lithium energy, also a Pisces stone, okay? Channeling in that energy. Shoot, they're like, that's all the food you need to eat right there is your passion. Sleep it, drink it, treat it like a fair, okay? I love that advice when I heard that. All right, sneak in the closet with it, write that song. Step in the stairwell, you just gotta have some, sing a few songs, okay? Like, treat your passions like that. Be in love with them, be intoxicated with them. Be open to inspiration from any road it comes down. And be open to letting that talent take you down any road that it goes down, okay? All right, and you'll be amazed by your next birthday, which they don't care about birthdays too much, but you'll be amazed the celebrations that are thrown for you, the parties that are thrown for you. They're happy about the celebrations you're going to make by your album release. That's what they care about. They don't care about these little people years, all right, saying that you're too this. No, they don't care. They care about moon cycles and phases, right? That's the phases of the artist. They care about mystical channels opening and influence. And they care about the ways that you're going to be celebrated influencer. Wow, that is your reading. That is your reading. Those of you that chose number 4, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Thank you, Muses. All right, for those of you that chose number 5 with Aquamarine, a good stone to segue from the last reading, we have, let's see what your spirit messages are. We have little coin reversed. We have Age of Coins, or Ace of Coins reversed. I said Age of Coins. So some of you are like, I should have more money by now. We have Tiger comes up reversed. We'll keep that noted. We have the Magician reversed. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Spider came up reversed, duly noted. Be meticulous and patient. We have everything's coming up reversed, not all, but a lot of them. Shaman of Sorrows will also take note. Food, nourishment, relationships, and health. Meadow, vulnerability. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. Okay, I definitely see some people going through food scarcity, homelessness, houselessness, not having the provisions that you need, having no money for anything at the moment, okay? And your spirit crew is saying that they're aware of that. They're aware that the resources seem to be non-existent. You know, I feel like some of you are going to have the urge to go and return to live in communities, or you know, your groups of people. Maybe you come from a certain family or group that lives on the land more and is more connected to nature, and that could be part of the push that they're trying to connect you with, is to go live. It's like living a more simpler life. I think some of you want that, where you want to be able to garden and, you know, take care of your food, have your own natural connection to the earth, live off the grid, maybe have a tiny home. Yeah, there's a simplicity that they want you to experience. At the same time, they are acknowledging any concerns that you have. Some of you, I'm even getting, it's time to downsize. Like, you have a huge house, you have all of these belongings. It's not saying that that's wrong, it's saying that it's overwhelming to you, and that you might feel better were you to move. Like, maybe you're empty nest right now, or something of that nature, or it's just too much house for your family and everyone's just stressed trying to maintain it, and it's just so many bills, and the advice is to downsize. Okay, for those of you looking to move, it could be time to move more in slightly rural areas, a little bit outside the city. Just like, I'm like, where you don't hear that whirl of Wi-Fi and static and have all the pollution and stuff. Like, I'm just seeing like this pollution. It's like time to rewild yourself. I really do feel like some of you are in the boulevards, on the boardwalks, and maybe watching this on Wi-Fi from the library, free Wi-Fi, and connected. So we definitely wish the best for you, finding housing and food and connection. I've literally been there and grew up that way, so I understand so much the blessing of being interconnected through the interweb, all right, through the internet. And your spirit crew is aware of your sorrows and are helping to bring in blessings to you. Okay, they're very focused on root chakra concerns, making sure that you have the right food, or that you have the healthy food. They're bringing in very specific people for the synchronicities that you need, and for the emotional, spiritual food that you need to keep you going. They're saying this is a very rough patch right now. They are acknowledging that. They know that you're feeling vulnerable. They're knowing that you need protection. I had to wear a tiger's eye ring when I was you know, on the street, and getting, you know, doing what I could to get into a secure life, and that really helped me, because it helps you be more fierce in your energy and project your solar plexus, but it also helps to give invisibility when you need to, the camouflage of tiger. And I didn't know that until I had that ring, and it taught me so. So for those of you who have access to work with a tiger's eye, if you have that, that could be something you connect with. I know I used to barter astrology readings with people like this. It reminds me of it on the Venice boardwalk. Someone was like, hey, they had like he was Aquarius and he had peridot. I was like, of course, the alien stone, and he had like tiger's eye and stuff, and he bartered astrology readings for some beaded necklaces. So I feel like you guys might be getting back more to bartering, pulling your money out of banks that harm the earth and harm our communities. Okay, I see that you guys might be changing communities and finding real community instead of trying to do the society thing. You're finding real people. A lot of you are having it revealed to you that the people that maybe you judged or something are the ones who are the most loving, most caring, most, you know, embracing. And for some of you, if you've had like a huge fall from grace, like you had a lot of money and now you don't, that was the lesson that they wanted to teach you. They wanted you to learn that, to learn how to live without privilege, to learn how to connect and see how beautiful people are, and that everybody is deserving of respect and just how much love. You know, I could really say that, like, the most love and generosity I've ever had have been from people who have not. Okay, people who grow up very middle class, although there's kind of not a middle class, but you know, very privileged. And like here I'm in Iowa, never really had to go through much besides what they decided to just randomly get themselves into, you know what I mean? Just basically had reliable, stagnant life, still have all of their childhood belongings and home. Not saying that's wrong, but a lot of them just have a very hard time having any respect, compassion, or empathy for anyone who goes through anything serious, right? Besides the little few things that they go through. So I feel like for some of you, you did, Spirit was like, nah, we don't want you to be that kind of person. We don't want you to be stagnant in that energy. We want you to have real knowing and knowledge, not like, oh, I empathize, I'm an empath, so I feel what you do. No, they're like, no, they wanted you to be real and to know what it's like to go through these things. Some of you really wanted to feel that. You wanted to be like, I want the real earth experience from from the start of what it's like to be raw in the earth realm to growing to embrace. And it's almost like a I don't want to say hunter-gatherer. It's more like a gatherer. Like, I want to learn how to live off the land. I want to know what it's like to communicate with the land and to be in the elements and to communicate with people in a real authentic way, and to barter and to share and connect with the animals. And so I see a lot of you. There could be some Aquarians. There's a lot of earth signs here. Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo as well. I see some Geminis. Yeah, and some Leos. But it is that energy of wanting to have something more authentic. You know, it reminds me of in the different protector activist communities, when we're living off the land and we're protecting sacred sites and we're making our own community, like our own rules, our own way of being. And it's just a whole different experience to live that free. So your advice is to live more free. And if you are like, you're like, well, I'm not destitute, but I'm not rich at the moment, it's to not let your belongings own you, to not feel like you always have to, oh, I have to get this, I have to get that, I have to get this, whether it's to start up your own YouTube channel, because some of you really will be using the internet to connect with others. I just got this beautiful warm feeling. Some of you have been seeing Jaden Smith and what he's been doing in the community. Your spirit crew wanted you to see that, where he has the I Love You food truck, and he just does things like that. And he has the water, giving back water to Flint, Michigan, that still needs clean water after how many years, things like that. And just going very grassroots, and just having community with people and not having that pedestal. They don't want you to have that pedestal of, I'm doing charity for you. And they don't ever want you to feel that somebody else is above you because, oh, I'm giving you my resources. They want you to have that connection, to integrate all all of that information, right? It's like the squirrel might respect the tree, but the squirrel's not thinking, oh, I'm less than the tree, this tree is so much better than me, right? They support each other, right? Squirrels help go and plant all those seeds and acorns for the tree and grow their babies, and the tree provides food and shelter for the squirrel. And so that's kind of the energy, is to feel more integrated and to work on that feeling of you belonging. Those of you that have been working so hard to get a job, to get shelter, housing, community, food, clothing, I know that life where every day it's just one survival thing that you hope you can achieve. I hope I can get some food today. I hope I can get, clothing to wear. I have to go find some place to take care of my physical body, things of that nature. It's going to get better. Okay, they are bringing in a lot of resources. You might be shocked. It might feel like a lot to you for where you're at, and they're saying, oh no, that's just a little bit. We're going to keep increasing that, but we're going to help you do it in very authentic ways, to have your money in ways that it's not harming the environment or other people, to have your food and even your clothing. I'm feeling you guys are going to be decolonizing, and meaning colonial things are, come in, hurt, murder, assault, right, the land, the people, and everything, and don't care, because product and capitalism and all of that, or whatever their goals are, which is get more for them. You're going to start moving away from those options and being a lot more green friendly, and a lot more just aware and compassionate on what your dollar does and how you get your resources, and that's going to be a big help to this world. Okay, so now let's go and get your charms. So much protection and love and support to you, for real, for real, for real. Okay, charms for those who chose Aquamarine at number 5 from Spirit Crew messages. All right, we have this beautiful solar plexus here. They say you should think apple pie in the sky high of yourself. Okay, you are not beneath anybody. Your spirit, your soul is raised on high, and I feel like some of you might have a biblical context to your spirituality. And I was hearing, remember how Jesus said when he returns, he will go into the highways and byways, and those will be his people, not the people who think they're so high and mighty and use his name. However, it'll be the people who are real, because that's who he liked to kick it with. I always said if Jesus was on earth right now, he'd be at Venice Beach on the boardwalk, sitting with all the mystics, all right, patchouli and funky smelling or not, okay, he wouldn't care. And that's the vibe. But this is telling you your energy, your soul, your aura is so strong and so beautiful. I'm seeing this yellow here. It's set on high, in high places, and you are known in the spirit realms, and you have respect, and they want you to have, look, it's like a disco ball, that energy, like this juicy mystical fruit, okay, these insights, and they're going to be feeding you fruit of the spirit. Oh my gosh, you have an open heart. You're just such a beautiful person. We have the moon here, pendant reverse. They want you to know this about yourself. Some of you didn't know that you could be this nurturing or caring. You didn't know that you could love so deeply for people and connect. And some of you, you've been saying, nope, I don't know about this. This sounds too political. This is this and that. And they're saying, we're going to teach you the realness of life. We want you to know the real sweet nectar of life, what it's really like to connect to people, what it's really like to connect to food and feel just so happy and welcomed on this planet, not just surviving it in the game and playing the game and having to demean yourself and others. Okay, yes. So I just see you having gains and success through any difficulties here coming through. And Spirit says we have an open door policy. You can connect with us and communicate with us anytime. And believe in what you have. You know, some women or people that are pregnant don't look pregnant from the back, and then they turn around, you're like, wow. That's how Spirit kind of sees you for yourself right now. They say you don't really realize everything that you've been building, all that you've been accumulating, but it's about to birth out from Spirit, and we're gonna be all right. Okay, cue Kendrick Lamar. All right, there's so much love for you in Spirit. So Many, many blessings to you. Thank you so much for watching this reading. And I know that it gets better, okay? I know that it does. And I wish you all the best. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Number 6, we have Tektite. Ooh, that last one was so beautiful. These have been beautiful readings. We have the 7 of Swords, 7 of Blades. We have the Hermit reversed. What is your message from your spirit crew? You got 3 of these. Mama Gourd, which is the Queen of Cups. Such a beautiful deck. We have the Moth. It came up reversed, but we'll just note that. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords reversed. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. We have Seduction reversed. We'll take note. We have Ancestor of Boundaries coming through. We have Snake. Okay, you have the 7 of Swords and the Snake, and then you have the Ancestor of Boundaries. Okay, we have Spring Equinox. Definitely some Taurus in this group, or your ancestor could be a Taurus, and it is ancestor energy that's coming through. Could also be an ancestor that was Pisces, Capricorn, or Scorpio, or Cancer, or Virgo. I trust the change unfolding in my life. You guys have had a lot of anxiety. Some of you have really isolated a lot, or you felt that you should go and isolate a lot. You know, just carrying a worry and carrying some sorrows. You know, sorrows from the world, sorrows of your own wisdom. There's the amethyst there on the 3rd eye. But feeling like you can't quite let go of certain situations because you love this person so much. But look at this here. We have this gushing open heart, just beautiful, and this person bringing in that sword to just skewer it. And then we have this here, which is like some tears coming down from Mama Gourd. So I don't think that your ancestors have been, or your spirit crew, your ancestors have been very happy about how you've been treated in love. How your heart is taken advantage of by others, and they've let you go and get your own wisdom on your path, but now they're saying, okay, enough's enough. We don't want these kind of people around you, because you're the flame that so many moths are drawn to. Okay, you're the tree that so many snakes like to climb. There could be some Gemini, Scorpios, Aquarius in this group as well, Aries. All right, and there's these cherry blossom energies here. I trust the change unfolding my life. It's time for a new day, okay? New spring. You know, in movies when the protagonist is suddenly like, never again, like, I'm on some new stuff, I'm a whole new me, and they just have that moment, usually with a montage of happiness and support from surrounding random characters where they just give up the ghost of their old self, and they gain their confidence and their self-respect, and let go of what they felt they loved so much, and which they did, but which us, the audience, could see was so far beneath them and holding them back from a beautiful opportunity of real love and a happy ending that we could see that they couldn't, right? We have the energy of 1 and 6. So it's going to be this time where you have to choose yourself. We have 10. There's also a 9. 9 energy. It's difficult, right? It's difficult to have so much wisdom, and then you're like, but I want to open up and be in love. I want to have an opportunity with this person. I want to trust that we can have a connection. You know, I'm tired of always knowing so much. I want to be seduced. I want to give into passion and romance and sensuality. Okay, sugar, sugar. Honey, honey. I want to fall in love. I want to open up. I have so much love to give. I want somebody to share that with me, right? Some of you, you're like, I want to have kids. I want to have a family. I want to adopt animals together. I want to be able to love and be free. I don't want to be in this anxiety. I don't want my ancestors and spirit crew to always have to come and rescue me from, you know, falling for the wrong person, or from being devastated on the ground. You know, I had written it before, the bottom of the shower kind of pain, right? I don't want that anymore. I want to be free, all right? I want to have beautiful moths drawn to me, right? The kind that are like butterflies that transform. I want to have kundalini energy, sexual awakenings with someone, not someone who's shifty and low vibrational and hurting me and staking me out for their next victimization. All right, so your ancestor of boundaries is coming in. They are protecting you. They're cock blocking. All right, some of you are trying to go back to your ex. Some of you are on the Tinders, on the interwebs, and they are saying that we're not just going to have any old body up in here, because you're at a different phase. You're changing. All right, your energy's open. You're right. You're very sensual. Some of you are very fertile. Okay. You're coming out of this hermit phase with all this wisdom. Everybody's gonna like a taste, okay? You know, it's like it's reminding me of, like, what's the Jonas brother? He had been married to someone else, and now he's with, is he with Priyanka? Is that who he's with? But you know, when they come back and they're single, right? They had been married, they had done an album, they had been away for a while, and then all of a sudden they are single, and here's a new album, and here I am, you know, being sexy on this album. I don't know why he's the example that popped in my head. Maybe it's a connection for y'all. But it's that kind of vibe where you're back out there, your energy's popping, right? The juices are flowing, and your ancestors are like, of course, they're the bouncer, they're the bodyguard. They're like, of course everybody wants a taste. That doesn't mean that they're the right one, but since you've been single for a while and you've had these rough relationships, you're like, yes, fan number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're like, no, back, no pictures. They're fans, okay? Leave them out there. They're gonna have you caught up. They're gonna Kevin Federline you. Stop it. Calm down. All right, trust the process. Wait for somebody to come who's on a higher caliber, okay? And it's not about demeaning anyone, it's just who is ready for the level of commitment and sexual compatibility and emotional compatibility that you're presenting in the situation, okay? You're Tektite, twice hit meteors, you're out this world. All right, and you have so many different phases of self. You need somebody who isn't trying to just meet you on a high point energetically. They're the best they can be, but the rest of them is on bullshit. That's what happens to spiritual people. We meet someone and it's honest in that moment, but that's just a moment for them, and it's a lifestyle for you. And then we feel disappointed because they drop back off that high. You know, you saw them in a moment where they were rescuing a puppy or doing something very amazing, and they were there for you, but they couldn't sustain it because that's not who they are. Right? That was their highest moment. All right, that was their little story arc. But for you, that was just nothing but a little blip on the radar to who you're becoming and who you're going to be. And so they're saying you have to release and remove from being integrated with this person, okay? With these people like that. Look at they just cocky too. They're like, huh? Right? People who just having a laugh, even when their fangs are gone, because it's like the ancestors rip out their fangs and they still over there trying to think they slick, thinking they funny. All right, see this owl in this background. They watching, ancestors watching, right? Those moths that look like butterflies trying to come around. So that's their biggest message for you. They want you to really follow your heart. And some of you are like, no, stop. All right, my heart's put away right now, or begin me in too much trouble. All right, but they want you to trust that intuition. And if you don't feel emotionally connected with someone, they're saying don't sleep around with them then, because you're gonna catch the feelings. Don't get mad at me, I'm just a messenger. They're saying, you know how you do. It's gonna slip up, but bam, it's gonna get you. All right, it's not that you can't have this energy. They want you to have it with the right person, and they have to line things up. And the longer you drag your feet and you stay in the anxieties and you don't let these past people go who ain't shit, okay? You're just like, I just want to look at that picture and cry a little bit more, just a little bit more. And they're like, oh my gosh, come on, we trying to get you some. But it's, you know, we got to drive across the country a little bit and over the woods, through the neighbor's house, around that pond. We're trying to get you to better things, trying to get you to someone who's supportive. I just feel like it hits on every level. This is also in general your energy with the public. Okay, you might draw the energy. Now, again, people who are going to be on bullshit, they're going to come because they're drawn to your light. But getting better at not having an open heart or feeling like you have to passively accept people who are here just to sever and skewer you, shade you, steal from you. They're not about that anymore. They don't want you up worried and afraid to clap back and afraid that you're not a good person because someone was mean to you, or any of those things. They want you to be feeling as loving and protective of yourself as you are of other people with your compassion. They want you to set your boundaries, and they want you to love that new version of yourself that is protective, the way that a mother would be protective of a little bunny, okay? Little bunny baby from a snake, all right? A whole ass snake. So protect yourself. You can keep it cute. You don't have to, this isn't saying fire brimstone. I ain't saying you can't, but but it is shining a light on the trolls. It is addressing with your wisdom what you ain't gonna tolerate. It is saying, I'm worthy of love, and that's why I'm protecting my space, and you need to slither away. Snakes in the grass, it's time to cut the lawn. Edward Scissorhands, hey, I cut you off. No, you ain't gonna lie to my face no more. Hit me with that sorry, but I'm sorry, no, okay? That's the Mariah Carey. No, 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 no. No. Case closed. All right, and she even says, you should have known that it's bigger than you. You'll never understand what I already knew. You're on some higher wisdom, and it's not going to do any good to keep putting yourself around fuck folk. All right, fuck boys, gender neutral term. It's saying, stop doing it to yourself. That's enough now. All right, we love you, but let's get it together, boo-boo. Let's get it together. Rebirth. Rebirth. It literally says it. Unfolding change in my life. And beauty, love coming to you. You deserve so much more than that. All right? And you can make yourself and the other person turn into bitter, sour, resentful people even more than they need to be, or you need to be, by not letting that situation go, because you're energetically very powerful. All right, and you can give yourself false symbols, false psychic messages, false synchronicities by insisting on focusing upon those situations and people. So be aware of that. All right, so charm messages for you from your spirit crew. Charm messages for you from your spirit crew. All right. Yes. All right, somebody's birthday is coming up, or their half birthday. Happy birthday. This could also be your full moon whenever you're watching this. It could be like, if you're a Pisces, this could be your Pisces full moon. That's for us now when we're watching, or something of that nature. Okay, so happy season or happy birthday. Oh, you got two of them. There could also be some major holidays that are important. Maybe for some of you it's a celebration of a year of your psychic gifts being open, or something of that nature. Your ancestors want more connection with you. You don't always listen to them. Maybe you don't have any practices with your ancestor, or an altar, or you don't go to their grave or communicate with them, or you don't know who they are yet. So they're saying they're open to revealing that to you. You're going to have most of your revelations straight through your own psychic experiences. You have two of the deeper ethers outside the matrix connections here. Yeah, kind of staking your, how they put the flag on the moon. It's time for you to really go into deep meditations, to go to those places, and to allow yourself to, sorry, I was going to pause it because it's kind of recording longer and sometimes it cuts off, but it didn't want to, so I'm going to just let it go. We're almost done.